Okay, now let's talk about Kaizer Chiefs and their game, the other reverse game versus Sundowns. So let's see. I'm gonna let in. Let's bring in. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so secondary panel. Chiefs Sundowns, Agent 007, rematch. Liwineka offside. It's been talked about and done. What do you think about this game? And welcome.
How are you, man?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. What's happening? Okay. Yeah. No, like in the words of the great man himself, I have no shame. I'll take all the benefits. 5 games in a row. I have no shame. Some teams have been benefiting. Like, I will never forgive Chiefs for that Joy Masikela's offside. I will never. And I see some referees are pretending to be holier than thou. We know why they retired. They were caught with a big brown envelope from the Shurena. We know them. But I'm not gonna go there.
How do you see round 2?
Let me go to the game. Round 2, I think for both games, I think Sundowns have been winning for a very long time. So I think maybe the quirkiness or maybe the arrogance has gone out of us. We are more confident than arrogant. But man, Paris fans are arrogant, are quirky. They're saying the Real Madrid now. But anyway, the thing is, I think for both games, be careful of what you wish for. Just be careful of what you wish for. And when you're seeking revenge, you should prepare 2 graves, and one should be for yourself. That's all I'm gonna say in the words of Steve Komphela. I wish Ntseki can approach the game the way you want him to approach the game.
Okay.
Fearless, attacking us on all sides. And I wanna see something. I wanna see if will Chiefs fans still back him if he attacks us the way you want him to attack us, and the game is over at FNB before it even goes to masterpieces. Because it could get very ugly. And in the words of what is his name, DJ Khaled, gotta be a rock nation nowadays. They aren't believing in us, but God did. God did. So that's what I'm gonna say. That I hope. That's only my hope. That I hope Chiefs comes blazing, attacking, and I want to see something. Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring you to Saki. Saki, welcome to the show. How are you doing? How, Saki? Okay, I'm gonna come back. Indlela, welcome to the show. How are you doing, my brother?
Hola, Otini panele. Yeah.
Inai round 2, round 2, Chiefs Sundowns, futhi. What do you say about this game?
If khona team eskolota, it's Sundowns. Sundowns eskolota, and they need to pay up soon. So going to this match, ngasho ukuthi yes, it is a revenge match for Tina. Like Sundowns has been beating us, has been mopping the floor in Kaizer Chiefs. In recent seasons, we saw it Ramaster. So the only thing that Chiefs could do with the match is try and ukuthi ivalele uThembazwane, ivale nama spaces. Because of Sundowns, they are able to exploit some spaces whenever they're playing Kaizer Chiefs.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so Sundowns always they're able to exploit spaces, and now West they have Abu Masego. So Masego, yes, the first game Chiefs was playing in Sundowns. Now Guliki, we did have Uriel Foster, and Uriel Foster did a good job like Masego. But now my only worry is Uhlanti against Motaung. That's Ngale. Hey, my only worry is Uhlanti. I'm worried Uhlanti. Angimboni nje kahle. So 14, going to the match, I think firstly because i-pressure like noma singadlala i-second leg Sundowns or first leg, it's still the same, there's a pressure. So for thina we need to put uMashiyane laphana sikhiphe uHlanti, but all in all nge-attacking play yethu nge-midfield we should continue the way sikwazi ngakhona ukushaya i-Cape Town City. That's the team i-Chiefs should continue ngayo, and still we are still waiting on Gonzalez, our new striker. Hopefully by the time i-MTN final semi-finals ifika, nathi striker would have enough time to adapt to his style of play sethu, like namanje ngasazi style of play sakantseki, but anyways as a striker naye safuna ukumbona, so ilokho nje.
Okay, let me bring in Spiwe. How are you doing, Spiwe? You can unmute there and then you can jump in.
Oh, I'm good, thanks, and you?
No, I'm okay, my brother. What do you support?
This time I'm going with Chiefs, but judging by this game...
In your personal life, what do you support first? Let's start there. I need to know. Okay. I need to know where you're coming from.
Okay, I'm supporting Orlando Pirates.
But it's okay. Yeah. At least you're not a Sundowns fan. I mean, you mistake to be a Pirates, but it's not as bad as Sundowns. No, I'm kidding. Tell me what you think about this game, Chiefs Sundowns.
Yo, this Chiefs and Sundowns game, I think it's more like a final, whereby it will be more like a pound-to-pound game. It will be a much anticipated game, a very difficult one, whereby I believe Chiefs has a proof to point, has a point to prove, and then I think they should like go out all out. But the problem is that Sundowns, they will use that to an advantage, whereby they can frustrate even the fans.
Yeah,
they know as soon as they turn like the fans against Kaizer Chiefs, the game is already over. The game is already over. But we can be looking at the likes of what do you call him? That guy. That winger, Sundowns winger, which was causing problem for Umasego. That one, winger to cause in Kaizer Chiefs, just because I don't think the structure of the defense is too tight. Nakona, Kaizer Chiefs, the defense, I don't think they have like gelled in building like a proper structure. So Nakona, I feel like Leo gave me.
Last Zimbabwe last year, he never changed.
But bekawathola lawo machance lawo bekakwazi ukuthi expose, and inkinga ukuthi nishade umuntu lo kade athule like straight bokushalulile, but we don't know ukuthi okay this time bazochinja like approach, and ugoalkeeper wenu ugcole like ngama mistake, so I don't know ukuthi uzo improve or bazosebenzisa that against him.
Okay, let me bring you
very serious one. Angazi ukuthi kuyina.
Yes, I'm so waiting for Rolani. Welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing? Evan, what vibrator fella? Ronnie, I'm gonna come. Yeah, I can hear you, but it's very low.
Okay, well, 2 seconds.
Ronnie, let me go back to Agent. I'll come back. Agent 007. I'm gonna start with Ntseki, right? You've got Ntseki. He's switched up his personnel. He's changed the way that we play, and we're gonna play against you guys again. In the first match, we were very defensive and almost had 9 players defending, right? Do you think that he should come out and I know you want to take advantage of us, but just tactically, do you think that he should be brave and come out and attack you guys as he did in that second half of that match that we played against you, or should he play it safe again and just put help all around the place for the defense?
Yeah, I think my position with Ntseki, that I felt he did very, very well in the Sundowns game. I think since this is a two-legged tie, you know, as a person, as a football person, not as a Sundowns person, I wish that he can play the same game and not listen to the critics, like OT, you know, and just and just play it safe, because being at Loftus, I mean, at Masterpieces, is gonna be difficult, you know. So you want to go into Loftus with a chance of winning.
Okay.
So I would say set up the same way, be on the game for as long as you can, play on a counter with Dupree, you know, with Osaile. I think I would put Saile on and Dupree also for that game, and be threatening on the counter, you know, and yeah, play the same defensive style, you know. And I think what they should do is, I think it then goes back to what you always say about coaches, that everybody knows in Africa that for you to beat Sundowns, just put in crosses. Sundowns is very weak in crosses. So I think the whole week should be training set pieces. You get one corner, two corners, make sure you score one of them. You know? And you might sneak it a 1-0 or a 1-1. And then you go to Loftus, Sundowns is under pressure. You know, they're going to try and get the first goal. And after 10 minutes, they don't get it. They become frustrated. And that's when you capitalize on it, you know. So, yeah, I think that would be my approach.
So you when you say crosses, do you think that this is I hear you saying crosses and you're saying Dupree and Saile. Is this a Ranga game? He's the best one to capitalize on the crosses.
Yeah, like you see, it's a person who doesn't suit what the game would want, you know.
Okay.
Because you look at it, I don't think she's that fast for a counter-taking team, you know, and you can put Ivavairo and Saile. I think you'd have heart attack of missed chances if you put both of them. So you need to put one of them, you know. So it goes back to a default position. Do I want to be on the counter-attack or do you want to rely on set pieces, you know? I think that's where you have to answer the question. And for me, I think I would rather rely on counter-attack because set pieces are a lottery. They don't always come. They don't always work out as you planned. So I would have to put in a Saila ahead of Ichiwa Vairo, you know? And I don't know, like I haven't checked the date. So hopefully, you know, as for a Chiefs fan, hopefully Odolu would be back, you know, and that could give you guys an extra injection, you know. So yeah.
Okay. Let me go to Indlela. Mina, I don't know, because when we played against Sundowns, the Sundowns is shy by that offside goal, and then, you know, but we were in the game for a long time. But the problem is, are we going to go there and play the same game and defend, or are we going to go there and play Lekau this weekend with Cape Town City in that first half? What would you do as Ntseki?
You know, if I was Ntseki, because of the time we were playing Sundowns last weekend, we played about Motsepe, which is we were playing like in a defensive approach more. So coming to this game, our coach should not think that he's must. Like even the best teams do struggle against Sundowns. I'm saying the best teams in Africa, Abo Wydad Casablanca, Abo Ahly. In terms of position, he must give Sundowns the ball. Yes, we cannot match Sundowns in terms of position and the quality they have, especially Abo Mukwena here midfield and also Abo Allen. So the best way for our coach to try and win this game, because it's too late. First leg, he needs to play Dupree's up front and also Oranga. Yes, Oranga is still used, is trying to adapt, but play Oranga. There's still quality there, Oranga. There's still the same Ranga that's Marumo Kalans. So Oyanga, Aboranga, like he's not the typical number 9 striker like goal poacher. He's gonna score scrappy goals. Yes, it's gonna be there and hold up play for abomtanzana to link up for abomtanzana abopuchan. So the first game, coach, the mistake he made, it didn't bring on abomtanzana. So you can see Tanzania is there who Kaizer Chiefs to work. It's not there to play. So bring on Tanzania, put on Potsane. The midfield should remain the same. The defense should remain the same. The only thing the Chiefs should change is Uhlanti. They should remove Uhlanti there because of already Sundowns have analyzed the game. Uhlanti have been making many mistakes. Like the way being even Katizala, Nabo Township rollers. The first goal, the goal that Aba scored the team young. So the best way for our coach to play this match is try and catch Sundowns on a counter. So there's no other way, and then defend. We need to pack the pass against Sundowns. I'm not saying our team is not capable of attacking or winning the match. Yes, we are gonna win the match. Remember, last season we played against Imazulu semi-finals, and Umangete tried to play smart football. He was counter-attacking, was doing what, and Imazulu just came in there and sit and packed the pass and just scored one goal. Second leg, Imazulu, they were defending. So that's what the Kaizer Chiefs should do. Like, it's not a shame to pack the pass. The good thing
we pack up for the 2 games. I think that's my worry is that 2 games is a long time to try park the pass, especially against the Sundowns that will be attacking and attacking and attacking.
You know, one thing I saw on the Kaizer Chiefs, defensive, yes, we are getting there. We are like defensive Kaizer Chiefs is gonna be strong like as the season goes. So yes, parking the pass for 14 is gonna be a advantage because remember now we are playing Sundowns. Let's have Abo Ribeiro, let's have Abo Shaluli, Abo Tembazwane, and you know Tembazwane is Abo Mukwena. So there's too much quality there. The Chiefs should just go your match and just pack the pass and try to catch Sundowns on a counter attack. That's the only way Chiefs is gonna win that match. Because of in terms of ball position, Sundowns we will never match Sundowns in terms of ball position. Like Bona, they have too many ball playing players, like playmakers there. So Tina, we only rely on Tanzania and also Upotane or maybe Utol if Kurintoli will be fit. But if Kurintoli is gonna play that match, Kurintoli should introduce in the second half because he's still Usabuyak injured. So Ntseki should continue with the same team and just change one thing, change Uhlanti there, and then maybe second half. If you see okay, now it's the 80 minutes and it has achieved and the match is still 0-0. Try and bring on something and try to keep up his speed not to praise because we know is very pacey and try to bring in Motsepe because of if the game is still 0-0, but we need to kill the game first here at FNP. We need to score. Kaizer Chiefs need to score. Like here at FNP, whenever we are gonna play Sundowns, we need to score and defend. That's the only way we are gonna win this match. In terms of matching Sundowns and in terms of matching Sundowns, we went to pound and also ball position. And the only thing we can win this match is by counter attack. The Sundowns will never match Patrice there. Even Abo Motaung, they are fast, but they will never match Patrice.
Okay. Let me bring in Ronnie. Ronnie, are you fine now?
No, I'm okay, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, this man. No, I can hear you. So let's get into the head of Ntseki. Does Ntseki go into this match thinking, you know what, offside goal, then the other one was a mistake by Peterson. Does he go in thinking, let's carry on being defensive like we did last week? Or do we play the game that we played versus the Cape Town City on Sunday, where first half we were going all out? How would you play these 2 games versus the Sundowns?
I think the best thing that you would do, right? You would defend at FNB. Let's be honest. You'll try to protect and try to catch them on the counter and get one goal, which is going to be an advantage for them. That's the only method that is going to use. I bet he's going to approach the very same way that he approached when they're playing at Lucas Moroka, because he want to protect the one goal, the only goal That is my take on this one. And in the second game, I'm sure he will try to unleash themselves to say, let's play the way we did against Cape Town, what do you call it? Cape Town City. That is the other approach, because I think in this game, two-legged game, so you need to approach with conscious. So the first game you need to be conscious, because why? He is at home. That is my take on this one, because if Sundowns get a goal at FNB, I don't see Chiefs coming back at Lucas Morepe. That is the problem. So the approach needs to be conscious. We keep it clean, all right? The first game, we keep it clean and try to protect. And when we go to Loftus, let's unleash ourselves. We only have got 90 minutes, even if not plus 30 minutes for the extra time or penalties. So that is the approach that he's going to use. He's still going to use the very same approach. I'm telling you, he's still going to defend, even though maybe there will be moments whereby he will unleash himself to say maybe for 15 minutes, let's try to get a goal. You understand me? And come in and manage the game. So that is the approach that he needs to do, actually. Another thing for him to do that, it is because, like, remember, they have just played Sundowns and lost, right? And now another thing is they want this trophy as much as I don't know, they need this trophy and they want this trophy. So the only thing that they will do is to defend, manage the game, frustrate Sundowns, and try to get a goal. Then go to Loftus or who's this Lucas Morepe and try to manage the game there, try to unleash ourselves, get a second goal if it does happen. But I don't see them not defending in the first one. They are going to defend, to be honest. There's only going to be moments where they will attack, but I see them defending. If they get carried away, Sundowns will punish them. That's my take.
Let me bring in Ulugisan. Ulugisan, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
Hey man, I'm cool. Yourself?
No, I'm okay, my brother. I'm okay. So tell me, put yourself in Ntseki's mind. How does he play this game? The first game we played was very defensive, and it was closer than people are saying that it was. And Ntseki did well, but he was playing a very defensive team. Now we've seen over the weekend that we can actually attack and play some attacking football. How do you think he's going to approach the two legs versus the Sundowns?
I always said, you must play a system that suits the strength of your players or the strength of your squad.
Okay.
If you bought attacking players, most attacking players, use them to their strength.
Okay.
Don't make them to defend the whole game. As even Dalacho, by the era of Barcelona dominating, I used to say, if you don't attack Barcelona, you won't see their weakness at the back. You'll see other people as great defenders. You'll see those players as great people. Understand? Same with Sundowns as well. Sundowns, they are a team that you usually have a congest the midfield, like the inside of the field, not playing sidewise or wide actually.
Yeah.
So meaning you can play two defensive midfielders and play as Abo Mtansane, which is attacking midfielder, play Abo Modi, play those players. Attack them. Even if it's happened, you come with a defensive mindset. You said, okay, I'm gonna defend and then I'm gonna kill them with counter attack. Are your players good on counter attack? Are your players fast enough to do counter attack? So you must know the strength of your squad. Okay, these guys, they are good on this thing. If I want to play a defensive mind game, I want to have a defensive approach.
Okay.
Are they gonna manage these people? Is it their strength? Understand? Which means before you even buy a player that you're gonna use to your approach on the game. It's okay. Even though game is different, playing against Pirates is different from playing against Sundowns. But at the same time, as much as you can plan according to a team that you're gonna be playing against. But at the same time, don't lose your identity. Me now, as much as I have to stop them. For example, let's say you play for, let's say, with 4 attackers, ne? 2 wings, and then a striker or a man behind the striker, and then 2 defensive midfielders, or it can be 1 defensive midfield. They say, okay, if maybe the ball accelerates, if maybe the ball is on the opposition, okay, players, okay, we cover, smart space and whatever. But if the ball is ours, let's put numbers in the box, let's put numbers in front. If we lose the ball, and then we cover. Not if you are playing with 4 attackers, and then whenever you don't have a ball, they still stay in front. So my thing, I guess you have seen Abo Tanzania, they can do what they did on the weekend. They can attack and do all of those things. Make them too more exposed in front. Expose them. I am sure Sundowns defenders, they are not that good in a way that they can concede.
Okay. Let me go back to Agent 007. Agent 007, let's get into Rulani's mind a little bit. We've heard people all saying that, hey, Sundowns is not playing at the type of level that it usually plays. We've seen how close some of the games have been. We saw how close the Chiefs game was. What should Rulani's mindset be coming into this game? Especially because it seems as much as your team is a chameleon, Chiefs has also been a chameleon over the past few games. How would you play this game? These two games.
Yeah, I think for us we have the experience for this kind of situations. For us, we don't have to plan for 2 games. Okay. We just have to plan for that game at FNB. I think that where the first fixture would be. Win it, and then win the fixture at what do you call it? At Masterpieces, And I think it's with Rulani, I think he's still gonna persist with this chameleon legs, what, and I think it's gonna be a difficult one. But for me, I think bring in a Khoza again, because it looks like we're gonna play with a deep lying midfielder, who is able to slot in between the centre backs. That I think I'm gonna drop perhaps Maseko, or push him up front and remain with Umudiba, so that we can have inverted fullback and overload the midfield, because Chiefs is suspect in the midfield. We wanna free up Zwane as much as we can, and the only way to free up Zwane is for us to overload the midfield with Mudiba, with Alende, and probably it's gonna be Miami. I don't know who it's gonna be, or Mukwena, one of the two. Okay. And then we can free up Zwane, we can find the spaces in between. And then obviously I think Shabalala will be back, and with Ribeiro, So yeah, I think for us it's all about making sure that we overload the midfield and we expose that Chiefs midfield, because we know Castillo is good, but he's always overcommitting. So there's always going to be that hole, And we saw that Frosla and either is going to be marked or Siteve. If you play Maseko, they're going to double up on him. So if you play Maseko, you've already united 2 Chiefs players. So you must find a way of exposing that they overcommitted 2 players there, So yeah.
Should Rulani think about the fact that the game that we played against you guys, that first game, was close? Do you think that that's going to play in Rulani's mind anyway?
I think he's going to look at it and say, but was it close?
Both goals were...
No, forget the benefiting. I think Shaluli was not on song. Shaluli was not the Springbok that I know. He was just wasteful. And like I mentioned last night on the stream, that the difference between Chiefs and Swallows was just 1 shot on target, and was that 1 goal. Otherwise, it was going to be 0 shots on target. So Shaluli was wasteful. And I think he's got to work on hard. I think I wouldn't be surprised later on Shaluli grabs a brace or a head trick, as a response to that being dropped. So yeah, I'm not. I think quietly confident about beating Chiefs on 2 games, because I think for the first time we are going into a game not as outright favorites. We are favorites slightly, but Chiefs fans and Chiefs, the media and everything are saying, you know what, it's gonna be a tough call, it's gonna be a tough game. So we are almost on par, so we're just edging it a bit. So I like that feeling that, the pressure is a bit off, in the sense that people are expecting for it to be a tight game. And as a Sundowns fan, I hope Ntseki also falls into that trap of saying this is gonna be a tight game and I'm gonna go out as blazing, and yeah.
Okay. Just leave the brown bag at home. But okay, let me bring in Nundlela.
I always say the brown bag was developed in the Jordaan and mastered in
Leave it at home, man. Don't let it come to our Ndlela, let's go into Rulani's mind. Like I said, the 2 goals that they scored were not straight up goals. Even though they had the ball and they were playing very well last week versus us, they didn't really worry us as a defense. How then would Rulani think about these games going into when these games are going to be played?
Rulani is very under pressure now, because of this is one of the challenging seasons for coach Rulani Mokwena. Remember last season, Sundowns we coach after losing to Pirates in semi-finals. That's when Sundowns reshuffled technical staff sub. So now going into this team, Rulani Mokwena is going like uzofuna prove a point, because of already he's got 2 goals that were offside. So coming to this game, Rulani Mokwena is like his mindset is on trying to kill the Kaizer Chiefs, trying to kill the match first leg. So Rulani Mokwena is gonna go all attack on this match. He's trying to prove a point now, because now it's a must for Sundowns to reach MTN8. Remember last season Pirates they didn't reach Nedbank Cup, they didn't win it nagu CAF. So now Rulani Mokwena is gonna go all attacking this Gule match. Is gonna try and want to dominate Kaizer Chiefs in terms of a possession football, and now it's gonna play both Ushalulile no Ribeiro and also Abumayema, because he saw Umayema in 2 goals already. Like Umayema this year he scored 2 times against the Kaizer Chiefs. He scored the player 1-0 January, and now he scored. So Umayema, he knows what he likes to play with the Kaizer Chiefs so much, so he's gonna try and play Abumayema. That's why I was saying what as Ntseki should be playing Ukune there in goal, because Sundowns, if the Chiefs is gonna park the bus, leyo nto leyo izoyenza ukuthi uRulani Mokwena abe too arrogant, and Rulani Mokwena will want to play a high line, because now you will want to attack the Chiefs more. And Rulani Mokwena, if the Chiefs is gonna park the pass, he's gonna play a high line, and that will leave spaces for Patrice to exploit, because of Patrice is very fast. So if sometimes is gonna play a high line, they are gonna be in trouble. Counter attack, the Chiefs when it comes to counter attack, guys, if there's gonna be Patrice there, but Usaile should be coming second half, right? I'm still like analyze and go. But as for coach Rulani Mokwena, yes, he knows ukuthi abantu abaningi bayamcriticize. They don't think ukuthi Sundowns were coach. They think ukuthi Sundowns that is only performing because of it had abo Steve Komphela, and some people still think ukuthi the ball that Sundowns is the same football that was being played by Pitso. So Rulani Mokwena has a point to prove against Kaizer Chiefs. However, we do have an experienced coach. So coming to this match, Rulani Mokwena will want to attack, will want to go all attack, because he saw what since the season he only scored 4 goals. The team only scored 4 goals, so that is not enough already for Sundowns. So coming to this match, Rulani Mokwena will want to attack, will want to play all kind of football. Want maybe like for me, like it defensive work is gonna play 3 at the back, which is Ulibusa and also Lo Moroka and also Mvala. But midfield is gonna play Mokwena and try to overload the midfield, because we have Mat, and Mat sometimes is nowhere to be seen against the Abu Sundowns. Is nowhere to be seen. So it's gonna overload in midfield so much. It's gonna try and overload the side, Frost, and try to exploit Umaseko. So that's the game plan. Rulani Mokwena. Like now, I think Sundowns is starting to be more predictable than ever. Now we know what Sundowns. If there's Umaseko is a road runner. Uzoloki ekijima lapha kulela side. We know, like manje sesukubone. So for yena, it's still gonna continue that way because it seems like Rulani Mokwena believes more Umaseko than any other players are now, such as Abumkhulise. So Rulani Mokwena will still play the same football he played last week. The time he shot 2-1 is gonna play Umaseko laphana ku wing, and Umaseko will keep on running all over Frosta and hoping to cross ama balls in for abo Peter Shaluli and even Ribeiro. But the only thing Rulani Mokwena is gonna win if the match beyofuna ukuywina, because we know ukuthi he relies more on uThembazwane. So for Kaizer Chiefs, they need to ukuthi bamvalele uThembazwane kakhulu, because if uThembazwane is performing on that match and if uThembazwane is playing well, sizoba nenkinga. That's why I'm saying uThembazwane is gonna be key when it comes to linking up nabo Shalulile and nabo Ribeiro lo wase-Brazil. So that's the only thing Leo Rulani Mokwena is gonna try and play. There's nothing is gonna change the past. So Rulani Mokwena, this is the approach is gonna get. So I'm like ngifuna ukubona image yakhe today. I think he's playing golden arrows. If we are more than 3 goals, then we are gonna have a chance of beating the Sundowns who semi-finals. If Rulani Swallows, then the Swallows is oversluper, then this is gonna confirm ukuthi Rulani Mokwena is playing the same football they ayidlalile last week. They ayidlalile against Abustukun United. They ayidlalile against which team konje bakadlala nayo manje, iSwallows. So that's the only thing I'm looking to. So if I was coach Ntseki, he should be analyzing lama games Sundowns. Now three games and also late.
Okay, no, ngiyakuza. Maronza, you know, I'm in two minds about Rulani, and my two minds is Sundowns hasn't necessarily been playing well, but they've got the results. And when they played versus the Kaizer Chiefs, the story was the same, right? When Rulani is thinking about this game, how do you think he's going to approach it? Because in as much as they won that 2-1, obviously there were chances missed that they had, but also the 2 goals were 2 suspect goals. How would he approach these 2 games versus the Kaizer Chiefs, or start thinking about it now?
You know, the good thing is that is the good time to play Sundowns now. This is the right time. This is the good time to play against them. Reason being, they're vulnerable. If you can check, they're not sharp as they used to be. You understand, because of the changing of the tactics and all those things, trying to adapt to the new conditions or new styles and all tactics. So this is the good time for them to play them. What I can say is that Chiefs needs to not rely too much on the tactics. You know, they really need this one. So they really need to uplift themselves, raise their hands, have character, try to build themselves to you know what, try to uplift themselves, you know, because they really need this. They really need this, you know. Like we cannot blame Ntseki all the time and say Ntseki this, Ntseki that, but the players themselves really need to win something this season. So this is a good time for them to play them. I think if from the middle of the park, if they can try to press them from up front, that's the only chance for them, because they're shaky. I don't know what is wrong with them when it comes to starting the ball from the back and all that, like the old Sundowns that we know. They're no more like that. So the only thing that he needs to do, try to press them from up front, right, and try to make them to make mistakes and all that. Try to capitalize on that. If they want to park the bus and rely on the counter attacks, that's another option. But it is too dangerous when there's Zwani, there is Mayema, there's Abu Selula and all those things. That is too dangerous. The only thing that they need to do from up front, they need somebody who's going to run around. Somebody's going to get tired. Somebody's going to press them. When they're trying to start the ball from the back, press them as quick as you can. That is the only approach for Chiefs. And try to mark, you know what, even in the middle, press them. Do not do not make them to play. Do not give them space. You understand all those things. So it's all about players We can say Ntseki this, Ntseki can come with what do you call the tactics and all that, but the main thing it is the players who must raise their hand and say we need it more than anybody. You understand? Because Ntseki can come and say let's defend, and then they'll defend it and what. Sometimes you need to use your brain, you need to use your mind to say let's attack them, let's try to work hard, let's try to do all those things. That is my take on that one.
Okay. Lungisani, I'm still there because I hear we're saying that Sundowns is weak, but they've won their games, for by hook or by crook or whatever they've been doing, they've won their games. And the game versus the Chiefs was close, and you saw Guti, they were overloading Masego. Chiefs brought in an extra man in the midfield who was just there to help out with Frosla. How should Rulani be thinking about this game, these two games, when he's sitting alone watching, after seeing this draw? Lungisani, you can just unmute there.
Hello?
There we go.
Yeah, I'm back.
No. This is for Lungisani. Yeah. Okay, I think my brother is no longer on. I'm looking at the time, guys, so I'm going to close it. What I'm going to say is, for me, please follow if you haven't followed, guys. And also, thank you so much for the 10,000 likes. And Tate Valoi, thank you so much for the roses. And also, Kinepe, thank you for the heart. I think for me, this is going to be very interesting because in as much as we speak and us fans are telling everybody that no, Sundowns is not strong, Sundowns is weak, this is the time for us to play them. I think we have to take into mind that they've won all their matches, right? And I think the big question we have to ask is, by the time we play Sundowns, will Chiefs have figured out what we are for the season? So, for example, we were defensively good versus Sundowns because we had an extra person. So the reason why Motsepe was playing over Mtanzane that game was that Motsepe could help out. So I believe the tactic was that close them down in the middle, force them down a wing, and then when Masego runs down the wing to go face Frosla, Motsepe comes in behind him, right? Which then means you can't play the Mtanzane game that we played, the Mtanzane with the three guys at the front game that we played, the game over the weekend, right? So that's why I'm like, I don't know what Chiefs is going to be necessarily, because when we were very good defensively versus Sundowns, we offered nothing going forward. But then when we were offensively very good versus the Cape Town City, we didn't have that extra man type thing or going all out. So it's going to be very interesting to watch in the next few games how Ntseki chooses to set up this team, right? In terms of Sundowns has been, I don't want to say lucky, but they've been playing winning football. They've been winning their games. So the scary thing about Sundowns is if they're winning football right now, when everybody's saying that they're weak, what happens in 2, 3, 4 games time when we have to play them and they're strong? Or if they revert back to the midfield diamond that Sundowns plays, what happens then? Me personally, in my own head, I'd want to attack Sundowns because in the few attacks that we had versus them in the game we played, Upatuel got into trouble, the Moroccan guy on the left-hand side of the defense. Dupre got him into trouble a few times. He could have gotten a red card if we pushed. We tried to push forward with defensive players. So in the second half, we tried Motsepe to push forward, and that didn't work out necessarily for us in that way. So the question was, if we did see Mtanzane there, what was going to happen? So it's going to be very interesting to watch how that game is going to pan out. I think it's going to be a very interesting 2 legs. And because it's MTN8 and because it's 2 legs, I think it changes how we look at things. We might see a defensive Ntseki first leg, and then the second leg, The second leg, we go and attack, and we play a bit more on the front foot like we did versus Cape Town City. I'd say that's the safest bet. I don't believe in parking the bus for 2 legs. It's too long. That is too long to park the bus. And teams like Sundowns, if you give them, if you allow them to build their confidence and you allow them to keep coming at you, one way or another, something's going to break, right? So I'd like us to stand up and see how we're going to play. But our coach has shown us 3 different teams. So let's see how the 3 different teams are going to play at the end of that. Guys, it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to close it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to the panelists. If you haven't followed, please follow. I do this every Monday to Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon, and also Monday to Wednesday at 8 p.m. Today, I'm not going to be live at 8 p.m. I'm going to be live at 7:30. We're going to do a watch-along of the Pirates game. I'm not going to do a watch-along of the Sundowns game, but 7:30, we'll watch Pirates together. If you do want to watch any of the previous lives and you want to see what myself or the panels that I have spoken about in previous episodes, you can go check that out on Facebook. All of them are there in full, and on YouTube as well. Please support me by following this account, subscribing on Facebook, subscribing on YouTube, and following on Facebook. The links are in my TikTok profile. There's a link there. Click on it. All my pages and the links to the pages are there. So, guys, thank you so much for the support. There was a bit too many comments for me to keep up with, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me go to Facebook because there's not that many comments on that side. Thank you so much for watching me. Mavusana. Zaid says he likes the show. Thank you so much as a Sundown supporter. And then if Ntseki can push the midfielders to be on the front foot and press the team, we'll see. Babalo says Gune is no longer good. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys then again. 7:30 tonight. We'll watch that Paris game together, and hopefully, coach Mamila, coach /CEO /technical director can stop that Pirates train, man. Hey. Skateli Pirates, guys. I'll see you guys again at 7:30. Oh.